Hello, Lore here. The trailer for Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 just released, so I thought it was the perfect time to revisit the original show. I'll be covering part 2 of this, as well as Nocturne Season 1, so subscribe to not miss out when those videos drop. So let me break it down. Humans will do anything to achieve their goal. Despite the danger of becoming a human barbecue, we still see someone going in. Meet Lisa. She enters the house despite the house screaming get the fuck away. Before she gets far though, Dracula appears.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Instead of calling 911, he just wants to know if she a witch. She replied, nah, she ain't no witch. But she is a bitch. A boss bitch that wants to be a doctor. Dracula appears behind Lisa. At first he tries to bargain. He then tries to intimidate her. Either Dracula has zero riz, or Lisa is just built different. Cause none of it works. Lisa does not care, and even tells Dracula that he has no manners, he sucks at geoguessr, and to touch grass. Brutal stuff, but joke's on you, Dracula's into that shit. He's so into it that he even shows Lisa his toy collection, thus beginning their romance. He teaches her science, and she teaches him to be human. What could go wrong? 20 years later, they got married, and now live together in a human village. Lisa heals people, and like a college student in his gap year, Dracula goes on a journey of self-discovery. When Dracula returns, he finds his house burned and his wife missing. So what happened was, Lisa uses herbs and spices to heal the people. The church does not fuck with Colonel Sanders, so they went there to investigate. They go in, and were so shocked by science that they decide to burn Lisa at the stake, accusing her of being a witch and a bitch.
She's a ghost and a bitch!
She tries to do her best Jesus impression,
Don't hurt them! They don't understand!
but it doesn't work. Dracula arrives too late and is mad as hell. Literally burning in anger, he gives them 1 year. 1 year to get ready before Dracula gets his get back. Dracula's son saw all this and goes, Papa Drax, we can't kill them all. Just kill that one dude that did this. But Dracula's having none of it. It's the villain era and we going full apocalypse. Adrian tries to stop him, but we all know Dracula ain't losing on episode 1. 1 year passes. Instead of running away like a normal person, they actually hold a big party celebrating killing Lisa. The disrespect is crazy, and this dude, the Archbishop, gives a speech saying Dracula ain't shit. Thankfully, he gets interrupted by rain made out of blood. Oh yeah, Dracula ain't playing no more. His castle appears and night creatures come out. The city got destroyed, the people massacred, and the army of demons now spread across the land. Instead of blaming the church for all this, the people blame the rich, including the Belmonts, who instead of becoming the goat vampire slayers that they are, they just became the scapegoats for all this. The people kill most of the Belmonts except for one. Meet our protagonist.
World Star! World Star! Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up! World Star, motherfucker! Oh, shit! Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back! Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
He eventually sneaks into a town called Greshit. By the way, this next part feels like a D&D campaign, and I'm all for it. Trevor goes around talking to the different NPCs, and we learn a few things. Every night the town has been attacked by night creatures, the people blame a group of scholars named Speakers, and the people are fanatics to the bishop. After learning all this, the DM then railroads Trevor into the next side mission. Trevor saves an old man from being jumped by a pair of pious priests. This old man turns out to be the elder of the Speakers. He escorts him home and asks them to leave for their own safety. They refuse to do so without the elder's grandchild. The grandchild went into the catacombs to search for the rumored sleeping soldier, a hero said to be able to defeat Dracula. Trevor, instead of minding his own business, decides to search for the missing person. Trevor enters the catacombs. He eventually runs into the son of Cyclops and Medusa, a monster that fires eye beams that turn people into stone. He defeats the creature and frees the speaker. The speaker turns out to be a girl. Meet Saifa Belnades. He escorts her back home to the rest of the speakers. As he is leaving, Trevor finds himself surrounded and is summoned to the church by the local bishop. Turns out it's that guy, the one that burned Lisa, and he's gone full turbo. He orders Trevor to leave the city before sundown, to get him out of the way when the bishop leads a mob to kill the speakers. Trevor goes back to the speakers and warns them, but they refuse to leave again. At this point, I think they just wanna die. Anyway, the elder basically calls Trevor a coward, so Trevor goes nah and decides to stay. He takes out a group with this move.
Random bullshit, go! Go!
Then he starts a game of tag with the mob. Night creatures descend upon the city. They entered the church spitting absolute bars.
Your God's love is not unconditional. He does not love us. And he does not love you.
Dropping the coldest line just before killing the bishop. Meanwhile, Trevor is still running around. But before he gets caught, he is surrounded by fire. Saifa turns out to be a powerful magician. Again, they call her a witch, but we all know she's a boss bitch. Trevor makes a speech exposing the church as the real cause behind the demon invasion, and rallies the people in defense of the city. And they use actual military strategy. Instead of rushing the enemy without a plan, the people get into formation and make use of salt and holy water. It works great until one of the demons explode, causing the floor to suddenly collapse. Trevor and Saifa fall deep into the catacombs, eventually ending up in a room with a coffin. Out comes Sleeping Beauty. I mean the Sleeping Soldier. We know it ain't Dracula, but from our hero's POV, this fella looks hella sus. He and Trevor starts to argue.
Smug aura mocks me. It's evil.
Trevor thinks that this is Dracula, and Alucard is just generally being sassy. They start to fight, and it looks amazing. With the highlights being Alucard using a Sandavista, and Trevor's failed nutshot into the Tanjiro special. It ends in a draw, and Adrian finally reveals that he was just testing them. And with that, our golden trio have assembled: Harry, Hermione, and Draco Malfoy.